Welcome everyone, my name is Bruna Pala. I work at the International Relations Department at Grupo Unis, and today we'll be presenting the Unis International Conference. We have here our guest speaker, Dr. RItu Soryan. She's a professor and researcher at Purnima Group, Jaipur, India. She has 19 years of expertise in diverse fields of education like human values and professional ethics, business communication, personality development, communication skills, and English literature. The lecture is on the topic self control, a tool for a happy and prosperous life. So, Dr. Ritu, the screen is all yours.
Thank you, Bruna. Thank you so much. So I'm going to share my screen. Then let's start with the lecture. Hello, a very cheerful morning to all of you. This is Dr. RItu Soryan from Purnima University, Purnima Group, Jaipur, India. Welcomes you all. See, my dear student, you will be excited and have some expectation to learn something new from my lecture. So, my dear students, have some patience and try to be an active listener. The topic of my talk today, self-control, inner engineering, a tool for happy and prosperous life. See, self-control means the feeling of responsibility of the self, I. There are two main components of self-control, that is willpower and self-discipline. See, my dear student, human body is a self-organized and highly sophisticated mechanism. So close observation of the body reveals that each cell is self-organized and participating in the self-organization of the body as a whole. So harmony of I with the body is in the form of self-control on the part of I and health on the part of the body. As an individual, a young adults, how do you go about evaluating what is relevant, what is irrelevant for us? How do you feel about the local issues and the global problems that all of us are facing today, COVID-19 even? So, what about our life in the family and with our friends? Are we satisfied and happy in our life? You must clearly evaluate in your life how much of your life is happening from outside, around you. How much of it is just your psychological structure. So every small thing that happens, a million things happens inside. Is not it? Are you agree? So every thought, every idea, every emotion, every reverberation that you create, it's responding. So now whether you have a wonderful soup of your life or a lousy soup, how much attention you are paying in your soup making, to the soup making that symbols your life. So it is necessary that you take the charge of yourself 98%. And I assure you, I will take the charge of rest 2%, I will take care of it. So I would like to share a one simple story with you to make you aware that why I mentioned here that you take the charge of yourself 98%. See, I would like to share an incident of Mr. Boris' life. What happened on a certain day? Mr. Boris' wife was particularly incensed about her husband. She was angry about her husband. So she made a soup and put 5 extra spoons of chili, and she came and served it to her husband. It was hot, streaming hot, and she wants to see what happens. She said, "Your soup is ready. Enjoy it." But he was reading the newspaper. So she said, "Your soup is ready." And he said, hmm. And he was continuously reading the newspaper. He was busy. Then she wanted to check it up that soup really works or not. Is the chili adulterated? Adulterated, not strong enough? So she thought, let her check it out. So she took a half spoon, half of the half spoonful, and just put it in her mouth. It was just exploded in her mouth, and tears wailed up. Tears started flowing. Just at that moment, Mr. Boris kept his newspaper down And he looked at her and said, "Why are you crying, my dear? What happened?" She said, you just know, last year my mother died, and how much she loved this soup. And when I just saw the soup bowl, it reminded me of my mother." And tears came. Mr. Boris said, "Oh, is that so? So don't worry. What to do? We all lose our mother, father sometime. It's all right. That's the reality of life." Then Mr. Boris went back to his newspaper with the soup bowl and he put it in his mouth and it boomed like a dynamite. You know why? Because this was a full spoonful soup. Tears came into his eyes. Then she came and said, "Oh, you are also emotional about my mother because my mother died?" He said, "No, I am not crying because your mother, good mother, left. I'm crying because she left and she left you here and went. That is why I'm crying." So why I have given you this example? Because I would like to mention you that this is not the way to live life. When you live, people should enjoy your presence. People should enjoy your company. And that if reverse happens, that you means that we have lived in a wrong way. So we have to give the right input to our senses. We have to work on our thought process, that what type of thoughts are coming in our mind, that we have to work on it. We do the self exploration and we have to learn how to give response rather than to give reaction. And it is the self exploration only which can help you out to develop self control, right? So you have to do the self exploration. Self exploration is a critical assessment of oneself. You do the self exploration by which the other people, they can understand you very well because you have the capability to understand the other people. As an individual, a student, we would be carrying responsibilities towards the larger society as well. This requires, lot of responsibility, lot of decision making skills. And the decision we make now, the impression we get, the perspective we develop will all play a major role in our life ahead. See, each one of us has a goal and purpose in our life, and we want to achieve it. So, for this, there is a need that one person has to do the self exploration, right? Self exploration, how one can do it? One can do it with a critical assessment. It doesn't mean that when you are doing your self exploration, so you feel whatever the mistakes you are doing, it is acceptable because you are not wrong. You have a trust on your intention that what you are doing, it is always correct. No, you have to critically analyze the things well. How you give the punishment to other people, you have to give the punishment to yourself also, right? Since it is me, reality is that it is me who feels happy or unhappy. It is me who feels successful or unsuccessful. Therefore, whatever is right for me, true for me, has to be judged within myself, right? So one person has to work upon it. And how one person can do it? One person can do it when he have a clarity about the natural acceptance. Natural acceptance, it is intact and inherent in all of us. It does not change with time. Like if I ask you the question, do you want to live with happiness? So your answer will be the same. Yes, I want to live with happiness. Means if I ask you, do the other people want to live with happiness? You say, yes, of course, ma'am. Other people also want to live with happiness. Then if I ask you, do the other people wants to see you happy and prosperous? Then what will be the answer from your side? See, my students, I'm agree and I know very well. 99% of students say no, because we always have a doubt on other people's intention, but we have a trust on our intention. Because what I do, if I'm doing any mistake, it is accident. If other one is doing any mistake, then it's not accident. Knowingly he is doing it, right? So we have to work on our desire, thought, and expectation. We have to work for excellence. That means I want to see the other people also on my place. If I'm doing good, so I have to show the part to other people also. You have the capability, you can do it. That will help you out to do the self exploration in a right way, and you can work on your willpower and self discipline, right? So see, the people are actually not able to do the first thing, that is desire, thought, and expectation. Like If I talk about the desire, so what is your desire? Of course, you want to be a, you want to develop something, you want to join a service, or you would like to start your own business, you would like to be a entrepreneur, you would like to start your own startup. So what do you want to get? Kya lena chahte? What do you want to get? You want money, you want respect, you want money, respect, and everything in the society. But after all, you want, ultimate goal will be happy and prosperity. If you are on a good position, but you are not able to enjoy the inner harmony, what is the use of it? So first thing is that first we have to make clear ourselves. If I am not able to achieve something, what is the reason? Self-control, of course. That's a problem of willpower. Or sometimes maybe that you over-evaluate yourself. So we have to work on ourselves rather than on others, right? So we try to find out what is the notion today. Actually, people feel that if they have a lots of physical facility, so they are happy and they are prosperous. But it is not the reality actually. See, make a list of your want in your life and reason for wanting them. For example, when you start listing, your list make comparison of things such as to be an engineer, or you want to be an MBA professional, or to get the highest grade, or to get the highest grade, or be the first ranker in the classroom, to be the smartest guy in the crowd, to be the master of all trades, to earn more wealth than the wealthiest person in the world. Once you have made the list, see if there is anything basic in them, in all of them, whatever the list you have prepared, is there anything that basic in all of them? Yes. Is there any basic aspiration of yours behind all wants? What do you want in your life? Is there any basic aspiration? Yes. Let us say you want to be the first ranker in the class. Now, behind that desire to get the first ranker is more basic desire. What is your basic desire? Why you want to be the first ranker in the class? Still, you have a basic desire behind it. You want to enjoy that happiness, that harmony, when the other people announce that you are the first ranker in the classroom, right? So, why do you want to get the first rank? If you keep asking this question yourself, you will find that this is the basic desire. What is this desire? It is to be happy and prosperous. Yes, it is the basic desire, right? So we want to be happy. So try to recollect the situation when you feel happy. Try to recollect the situation when you feel happy and prosperous. You will see that there is a set of feelings which you are able to accept effortlessly. That is respect, trust, like being confident, self-confident, or being confident about your future. The feelings are naturally acceptable to you, and each one of us, it is naturally acceptable. We all want positive things, right? That is naturally acceptable to all of us. But when we are in such a state of happiness, we experience no struggle, no contradiction, no conflict within, and we enjoy a state of being, a state of harmony, and we wish to have its continuity. If I ask you, do you want happiness for 1 hour or 2 hours? So you said, no, ma'am, I want happiness in continuity. I do not want a break in my happiness even for a second. So that's the thing. That's called happiness. Happiness is a state or a situation where I live in harmony at all levels, within myself, with my family, with society, and with nature. So only purpose is to keep our body healthy. See, sensation. Nowadays, we people are adding our happiness with a sensation. We add on our happiness with something else. We give our remote control to other people. That they what they say that we obey. But this is the reality. We have to take the charge of ourselves 98%. Then only we can enjoy the inner harmony, right? We are something, some notions are there that we feel excitement is happiness. No, it is for the time being only. Like if you want to purchase something, if you want something in your life, that it will give you happiness for some time. Maybe it is one day, maybe it is of 1 month. But for a long happiness, for continuity of happiness, there is a need that you have to recognize the things that you, the way on you are working, it is right for you or not. We have to work with coexistence. We have to work with for excellence, not for to be special, right? To be special, like if I feel I am the all in all, I know everything, right? So this is a to be special feeling. No, excellence, we have to work for excellence. If someone is have a low self-esteem in the classroom, so I'm ready to help him out. I'm ready to help him out. Even he is also enjoying in a way like I'm enjoying. I have a capability to complete my work within 20 minutes, and his self-esteem is very low. He's not able to complete his work within 20 minutes. So it's my duty that I have to make him aware or her aware that you please focus. That shows that you the person who not only have a self-control, but you know how to deal with the other people, right? So self-exploration play an important role in our life. Self-exploration means critical assessment of oneself. If I'm doing mistake, so I have to analyze it. If other one is doing mistake, then of course I'm analyzing. But if I'm doing, is I'm analyzing or not? I have to do the inner journey. I have to work on myself, right? So self-control and self-regulation verification, one person has to do it. How can? Do I want conflict? Do I want conflict in my life? What I want? Do I want conflict in my life? Yes. No. So I do not want conflict in my life. Do I want contradiction in my family? No. Do I want conflict, contradiction in the society? No, no, at all, not at all. Do I want conflict, contradiction in the nature? No. So each and every one of us naturally accepts only to be in harmony with self, family, and society. And how it can be possible? Possible only with the help of self-control. See, self-control means the feeling of responsibility in the self. I have a responsibility that I have to look after myself carefully. If each and everyone in this world take the responsibility of himself or herself, so I assure you we can change the world. No matter I'm in India and you are in Brazil, no matter where you are and where I am, we are on a same earth. If we start to work in a same manner, like I have to work on myself and you have to work on yourself, then of course we can change the scenario. So it is you only who can change the world. It is we only who can change the world. So who can do it? I can do it. So I have to take the responsibility of myself. I have to do the self-exploration of myself. With the help of self-exploration, inner engineering, I can verify that what is my mistake, what if I'm doing something wrong, I have to criticize myself. And again, I have to do with the right understanding and follow the right path and work on willpower and self-discipline. Then of course I have a good self-control and I can enjoy the continuity of happiness and prosperity in my life, right? So first there is a need that we have to analyze. See, so many questions are there in this word when the people said that how to work on happiness, how can meaning of happiness be universal? See, I explain you, happiness is a state of, it's a condition where one person can enjoy the continuity of happiness, right? It is a state of harmony, and the state of liking is happiness. It is, and the state in which I live, that is contradiction and conflict, but I do not want to stay, that is called unhappiness. So how can meaning of happiness be universal? That will be the question from your side. Because when anybody else explain about happiness, we have so many questions. How one can explain about happiness? How can happiness be the same for everyone? So we have defined happiness as to be in harmony. As I told you, happiness means to be in harmony. First, I have to create harmony within myself. Then I can give happiness to my family, to society. Then I can think about the society. Then I can think about the nature. If I'm in conflict within myself, how can I imagine that I can enjoy happiness with my family? No, I cannot. So does this definition of happiness and unhappiness holds good for you? So you have to verify, yes, then happiness means same for all of us. Like I ask you, do you want to live with happiness? Yes. So everyone say yes, because we people naturally accept the positive things only, right? This is the reality. We people accept the positive things only. Everyone in this world is working for one's own happiness. So is it not right to say that everyone is selfish in this world? This is one of the important questions that audience always ask. And they always think about it, how it can be possible that you define happiness. We have other circumstances, you have other circumstances. So my way of living is different, your way of living is different. See, it's a game of physical facility only. We human being cannot satisfied with a good bungalow, car, and all the physical facilities. We want more. We want trust. We want respect. We want harmony. But on the other hand, animals, they want a stomach full only and they can enjoy their life. They do not want society. They do not want trust. They do not want respect. But we people want this thing. So yeah, everyone is working for his own happiness. But unfortunately, they are not working for continuous happiness. That is the reality. That we people are working, but we are not working for continuity of happiness. What we are doing, we are adding our happiness with sensation, with excitement, with physical facility. So actually, we don't know the reality that this is not a happiness which you can enjoy with continuity. For continuity, there is a need that one person has to work on it. So it is important to understand our aspiration. And what is our basic aspiration? Our basic aspiration is only happiness, right? So when we have a clarity about our basic aspiration, then of course we can work on it. You remember and you work on it yourself. That when you analyze the things, then you can verify, yes, this is correct. That I am not happy with the temporary things. I want continuity. I do not want break in my happiness. Another question that always the people have, another question, just sorry, I'm going to show you that slide, that the question most probably the audience asks for. See, what is happiness? Is it a mental state, sense of freedom, self-satisfaction in life, bliss, or harmony? See, happiness means is to be in a state of harmony, and certainly it is a state of the self. Self means I, the consciousness. When we are in a state of continuous happiness, it includes peace, satisfaction, and bliss for all. And what is the sign to recognize that one is happy? When we are happy, we are in a state of harmony with all and reflects in terms of harmony with the world outside. That reflects. When you are in harmony, that your family enjoy your presence, your friends enjoy your presence, that you give positivity to other people. On the other hand, if we are unhappy, we are in a state of contradiction, conflict within, and this reflect in terms of contradiction with world outside. So check yourself. What does a mother shouts at or beat the child when she's in harmony with or in contradiction? What does a mother shouts? When does a mother shouts? Mother shouts only when her harmony is disturbed. That is why she shouts. You may check in your life, you may verify all the things. So don't you think that issues like happiness and continuity are merely imaginary or impractical? We have been talking about such issues for ages, and it is impossible to define it and ensure it. See, I have analyzed this question. There are two things to be considered. That is it desirable? Is it feasible? We all desire for happiness and its continuity, definitely. As regard feasibility, we have people who realize the relationship, harmony and coexistence, and the state of bliss emerging out of it. We can also verify this by understanding relationship and harmony, and decision makes us happy to that extent. So there is a need that one person has to be aware about it, right? So we have been talking a lot about of happiness, but traditionally we have been saying that this want is the basic reason for unhappiness. See, we are talking about ensuring the continuity of happiness, which is ensured by understanding of harmony and my living with feeling with harmony. This is something which has to be ensured within and not to be obtained from outside, which has to be ensured within self, not to be not to be in, you cannot see from outside, you have to see in yourself, right? That when we try to get it from outside, that this thing create a problem, hurdle in your happiness. So when what is being said is that if you try to get continuity of happiness from outside, you are bound to fail, to be in trouble. So please try to find happiness within yourself, work on yourself only. So one more question, that this is all good to talk about happiness, prosperity, but if your house catches fire, what will you do? Talk about happiness or put out the fire? Yes, of course. That question is really interesting. See, extinguish the fire in the society, but how do you do it? That is the question. See, we are essentially trying to work for a real answer. Actually, we are essentially trying to work for a real answer for that question. Only when we have a system which ensures well-being of all, by ensuring continuity of happiness for one and for all, there will be harmony and peace in the society. So problem is that we people are calling food as a physical facility. Why we are calling food as a physical facility? See, food is a physiochemical thing, right? And it is facilitated to nature to nurture the body. To nurture the body, therefore, we are calling it as physical facility. In fact, real purpose of physical facility is to serve the basic needs. If I feel happy by accumulating and indulging in physical facility, why should I not go for it? You can go for it, but clear that it will never lead to continuity of happiness and prosperity. If you are accumulating a lot of money, wealth, so I assure you, still you cannot get the happiness and prosperity. Prosperity is the feeling of having more than required. And there is no limit of physical facilities. One thing you fulfill, then another thing take place. Looking at the rate of inflation in the country and the unforeseen situation like this COVID situation, how can I ever make out the need for physical facility I will require? See, we have to distinguish between the physical needs and the need of the self, right? Physical needs which relates to the needs of the body and certainly be identified. We are already, producing more, 6 times more than what is required for all the people on earth. Inflation is a man-made phenomena. So we have to analyze this thing very well. Then we can work for happiness, right? So can we change our world only by talking? Or we try to find out the way which will help us to achieve that stage where one can enjoy the inner peace and have self-control? Yes, of course. We can change the world, but not by talking. We can change the world only when we determine ourselves that I am going to take my own responsibility. Whatever I do, it is good for me, for my family, for society, and for nature. So I assure you that soon we will be on that stage when there is a continuity of happiness and prosperity. And that's the example. When you are on that stage, it means you the only person who have that much capability, that much strong willpower, and you are that much well disciplined in your life that nobody can analyze. It's you only who can analyze by your way, your lifestyle. Nowadays, we people are losing all these things because of hurry worry, whips and shocks, ups and downs. Actually, we are not giving time to ourselves, but we have to give time to ourselves. We have to analyze that is we are giving proper time to our relationship, to our family members, to our brother and sister. What is generally happening today? See, every time when there is a fight, we want to resolve it. We start the next day with the thought that we don't want to fight today. But a fight takes place again. Sometimes by the end of the same day. Why this thing happened? Because of lack of self-control. Because we are not doing our self-exploration. Because we have a confidence that what I am doing, it is always right. Because I always have a trust on my intention. That my intention is I am right at my place. I'm not doing something wrong. And if something happened wrong, that it's an accident only. Because I always have a trust on my intention, but I always have a doubt on other people's intention. That's the main problem. So does this happen with you? Like the example I have mentioned here, with your brother, sister, father, mother, spouse, children, and with your friends, co-workers? Getting irritated, angry, not speaking for days, dragging each other to court. These are the simple indicators that we people are facing because of lack of self-control. We are facing depression and anxiety, stress. At family level, we are seeing that people do not want to live with each other because they are not ready to do work on themselves. They feel that what they are doing, it is right, it is up to the mark. So there is a need that we have to resolve. So there are some suggestions in the form of a proposal, and you have to verify in your life. Is our basic aspiration is same? Yes, of course. Our basic aspiration is the same. We all want happiness and its continuity. Our program of action is the same. Yes, of course. Because I have a trust on my intention. Other people have also had trust on his or her intention. Is our potential is same? Yes, of course, our potential is same. But the way you work, this thing matters. Self-control is the basis to health and harmony. If you have a self-control, so of course you may ensure your good health. Because one side is dal chapati, one side is fast food. So which thing attract you more? Nutritious food, or one side is fatty food? Of course, fatty food that impress you more, that attract you more. Because of lack of self-control. So there is a need that we have to work on ourselves, because it is I only who needs satisfaction, who needs happiness, who needs prosperity, who needs trust, who needs respect. And it is the responsibility of I that I has to verify that the way on which I is walking, it is right or not. Then of course your health will be good. So when we evaluate our state today, we find that we are not quite responsible towards taking care of ourselves. So how we can take care of our society if we are not able to take care of ourselves? Why there is a need that someone remind you that you have to take care of yourself? Why not ready to take responsibility of yourself? Why you need that someone come and motivate you? Why not ready to motivate yourself? Because of lack of self-control. So clarity of the needs of the self and body paves way towards ensuring your prosperity. And I assure you that if you have a clarity that how to proceed, then of course you can achieve. You enjoy the self-control and a condition where you can enjoy the continuity of happiness and prosperity. So from where you start to work upon it, you start to work upon it yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to do the self-exploration. If you want to have a good self-control, you have to do the right evaluation of yourself. When you do the right evaluation with the natural acceptance, then you accept the positive things only that is good for you, for your family, for your society, and for this world. Then we can enjoy with each other. We work for excellence, not for to be special. So thank you so much. And see, I'm there with you. If you have any question, you please ask me. I'm there to reply you and to make you clear about it. But remember, it's my request and it's my suggestion that if you want to achieve the target in your life, first you have to work on yourself. And when you start to work on yourself, then of course you will find the solution of all your problems, because for everything that happen in this world, that million things happens inside. So if you determine, nothing will stop you. You can do it. Nothing is impossible for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bruna.
Thank you so much, Dr. RItu. I think it was so interesting. I am very happy to be the host of your lecture because I learned so much. And I really liked the picture you showed on your slides. That is the body holding a face. I think that picture is so meaningful. I really like it. I think your lecture will be helpful for our students, our entire academic community in general. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruna. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meeting with you, Bruna. And
Yes,
I'm really thankful to UNES Group Brazil that they have given me the chance second time to be a part of the international conference, 7th International Conference. My best wishes with the students, my best wishes with you all for happiness and prosperity, that we have to take the responsibility and start to work on ourselves. Then we can change the world, because we all are same, our potential is same, our program is same, and our ultimate goal is same. We want to be happy and prosperous in our life.
yes, amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this lecture. And if you have any questions, you can comment here that we will take your questions to Dr. RItu. And don't forget to fulfill the attendance list. So you can get your certificate. The link is on our description in this video and will be available for a limited time. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bruna.